Hi, my name is Rick Field. I'm a partner with my son Michael in Field Realty, which we started back in 2013. But the career itself was way back to 1975 when I took the test and got my license. We had an early snowstorm that year. I was shoveling my driveway when the mailman came by, and he gave me my license. Interestingly enough, he was looking for a house. That was a Friday. The next day we went out on a Saturday, and he bought a house on that day. Back then, the houses were selling for $19,000 and $20,000, so the commissions were $850. But I thought, what a great career this is.
We start our day here about 8:30 in the morning, my wife and I, Barbara. Biggest reason why retirement is not in our near future is because of our 16 grandchildren, all who live in the area here. And obviously, it's a fairly expensive activity having 16 grandkids, particularly at Christmas time.
The reason I got into the real estate career was because probably the first 6 or 7 jobs I had from 16 to about 22, I actually thought I had a better idea than the owner or the manager of the companies I worked for, and I got fired. So I thought to myself, I better get involved in something where I'm basically the boss myself, rather than have to rely on somebody else. So 1975, I got my license, and I worked for quite a few of the big companies.
This is where all the negotiating happens, right here on the phone. We got, looks a little cluttered, but it's a organized chaos in here in this office. And these are a lot of pictures and things that people have given me along the way.
I've been self-employed my whole life, since 1972. 1972, I get into the catering and sandwich business right here in Latham, and it lasted about 3 years, and then I sold it because I thought to myself, you know, you have food that you have to order, and it spoils, and you're confined to a location where people have to come to you. And it was in 1975 that I was encouraged to get into the real estate business. It was a whole lot better in a sense that you didn't have to wait for somebody to come to you. Fortunately, I did sell that catering business, but being self-employed my whole life, since that was a business I opened up actually when I was in college at Santa College. And it was quite successful, but then again, it was just, you know, the weather had a lot to do with it. You'd be prepared for a big day, and all of a sudden you get a snowstorm, and business would be down, particularly like it is now with a lot of restaurants, you know, with this the COVID problem. In this business, the real estate business, fortunately, is one of about 5 businesses that are doing quite well at this time. We're in a business that right now is very valuable and essential in a sense.
COVID actually hurt us real bad for just 1 month, where we had 6 sales when generally speaking we have about 35. And that was 2020, April. It was horrible because it was unpredictable as to what you had to do, and everything was shut down. But that was April. May, we got right back in the saddle, and we sold 35 homes. And then from May right through the end of 2020, we had a record-breaking year. And this year already started out, it's been phenomenal. It's been the best year's start and since we've been in business at 8 years.
When I was 35 years old, I thought of people my age, 71, being basically retired. But I think the new 71 is the new 50, all right? And frankly, this isn't the most taxing business, so as long as I keep my mind and my license, I think I should be doing this for at least 10 more years, if not longer.
She was Paul Uppel's buddy looking to sell her condominium on State Street.
Oh yeah, it's Shiloh.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You met them yesterday. Much interest up there.
Yeah. Mike and I went into business together, and frankly, it's been a great marriage in a sense, because Mike is about 37, 38 years old. I'm being 71, so I'm working with the people basically selling the houses in the estates and people moving into apartments and nursing homes. And Michael's got the young buyers, and so we really don't step on each other's feet very often. Not much of a problem. Fortunately, he's a high-tech guy, so he's very involved in all the technology that's involved in the real estate business. I'm more of a seat of the pants kind of guy, you know, a glad hand, shake your hand, up close and personal, and we really it's a nice nucleus. As I say, being now that it was me, and my wife work here with my daughter-in-law Michelle and Michael, so it's kind of a family activity. And as I say, we all go in different directions, and seldom is there any difficulty as far as conflicts. So it's been a real good mix. Well, the real estate business is you're your own boss basically, okay? And the reason I get into the business was because there's no limit on what you could make if you actually worked at doing the business. So as a result, I recall being in this business when the interest rates were up at 16%, and now they're as low as 3%. So it makes it a lot easier selling homes at 3%. But selling a home is one thing. Getting it to go to a closing is something else. And it was difficult. Bringing up 4 boys and sending them to college and tuitions and so on. It wasn't easy, because what happens is, for any given reason, there's a delay in the closing. You think you're going to have a closing on, let's say, February 15th, and it doesn't happen until April 1st. And obviously, you got bills to pay. That's probably one of the negative aspects of it. But again, there's no limitation on what you can make in the business.
I was coached by Brian Buffini, who came to this country with $72 in his pocket. Now he's a multi-millionaire, but he came here. He had 7 brothers. He was from Ireland. His father was a house painter, and he convinced me, which was very accurate, to actually hire his company, Buffini and Company, and I was coached by them for 4 years. And what they would do is they'd make you accountable for doing certain things in the business, so you wouldn't have so many ups and downs and peaks and valleys like many people do in this business.
At this point, we've got an operation working here like a Swiss watch, and fortunately, with the 20-plus agents all going in different directions, it's been a joy. And with the business, I always thought to myself, when in my career am I going to be on cruise control with this business? Okay, and so it wasn't after 5 or 10 or 25 or 30, 35 years, but at about 40 years, I'm now at a position where it's kind of, you're on cruise control, all right, and things kind of just fall into place. What we have going on here right now is very comfortable. Everybody seems to be happy, making what they need to make to pay their bills and get along, and it's rather a remarkable synergism in all the salespeople that we have here at the office. So, if we can help you out, we certainly would love to go to work for you. It's Rick Field, Senior at Field Realty, and you can get a hold of me at 518-495-1877.